Megan and I were delighted to have joined Trish with the Clyde Butcher Big Cypress Gallery last spring on a swamp walk tour. Trish and the other tour guides were immensely kind and treated us as if we were family. We highly recommend a visit to Clyde Butcher Big Cypress Gallery to take a look at Clyde's work and to observe wildlife and orchids as you wade through the swamp.
Clyde is well known for taking pictures here in the Everglades, mostly black and white. He did start in color in Southern California. However, in 1986, when they were in Fort Myers, they lost their son to a drunk driver. That was a turning point for Clyde. He took all of his color work to the dump, he watched the trunk go over it, and from then on he said, I'm going to do what my heart says. My artwork will come from my heart. Clyde never takes a shot unless he feels it. He uses a large format camera, which can create some difficulties. Wind is a factor, weather is definitely a factor, lighting. His shots are amazing. What I'm able to do here is Clyde and Nikki own 13 acres in Big Cypress. I'm a swamp walk guide. So I take people out into the Big Cypress National Preserve, show them a little bit about our environment. Right now we're in a marl prairie. This is dwarf cypress that you see all around us. The dwarf cypress are basically stunted because of the limestone and the lack of nutrients in the marl prairie. But it's still amazing out here. It's so beautiful. The bromeliads will stay low due to our winds, so when we get our tropical storms, the cypress trees keep the winds high. So the bromeliads have a way of keeping their life by staying low, so they don't get knocked out of the trees.
Better survival
adaptations.
Chance.
Yeah.
Better chance of survival.
Right now we're looking at a cowhorn orchid, and you would find a cowhorn orchid in our prairies, and this is the time of year that they do bloom.
It's just, I've never seen anything like that.
No. And how the root structure goes up, and the bulbous, and it's so healthy, it's thriving.
It's so healthy.
Not a lot of people will get out onto the trail and find our native orchids. Everything in Big Cypress or in the swamp is muted. The beauty is not a wow, punch you in the face color. It's you need to seek and look for the beauty of it. Our cardinal bromeliads are also blooming. That's the red spike that you'll see as well. We have a lot of warblers in the area. So we have black and white warblers, palm warblers. When you have a migration of birds that come in, they're very hungry. So sometimes they will eat your dragonflies that are in the area, which also eats mosquitoes. So you'll have almost inundated with mosquitoes. Mm-hmm. It's part of the environment. Mosquitoes feed. It's your base.
Oh, look at the baby.
Everybody loves alligators, and they always talk about them, love taking pictures with them. Mm-hmm. Alligators are, I believe, in my opinion, are misunderstood. Our media, our films have made them to come out to be an aggressive animal, and that's just not so. They really want nothing to do with us as humans. We're not on their food chain. We offer nothing to them, and they're very loving. They're good parents, and if more people would just take the time to watch and observe, they would get a good handle on a gator.
Yeah. I think just about everything people are scared of are more scared of us than really we are to them.
Yeah, for me to be able to take a group out in a swamp walk and get them into the water is just a special experience, because it's such a connection between us as humans to walk into that mud or the dirt and have that water be that connector.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, get out of your comfort zone. Just get in and get off the trail a little bit. Mm-hmm. So some of the impacts that we have with disturbance of human disturbance is we allow invasives to come in and take over where natives have always been. And sometimes fires bring that. Fires will bring a disturbance, and that allows our Brazilian pepperheads, melaleucas, come into an area where you'd have a lot more of your sawgrass. Unfortunately, back in the late 20s, early 30s, Baron Collier finished Tamiami Trail 41, and you'll hear the traffic noise as it's going by.
Yeah.
This would have been logged out. So we have second growth cypress in our strands or in our cypress domes. So they may be 60 years old, maybe 70 years old. The only place that has old growth in Collier County is Corkscrew Swamp Sanctuary. So some of those cypress trees are so big. They remind me of the redwoods when you're in California.
It's huge.
Yes, Clyde was taking pictures of this particular ghost orchid. In 1999, he took his first picture. And the year 2001, he got the same ghost orchid. When he went back to 2002 to take that same image, someone had cut the tree down for that orchid. So poaching is a big problem in our area. For a guide, it's very hard to realize that these poachers will disguise themselves as naturalists, come into an environment, bring their GPS, and then get the guide to take them out to some of the native orchids. Once the guide is gone, they'll turn around and come back into that habitat and take those orchids.